Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And I played the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Pew pew, shoot shoot, bang bang, are zombies.
There were zombies, yes.
They were different. They're more like parasitic zombies now rather than viral zombies.
It's a Resident Evil game. They're zombies.
Ancient creatures from amber under the ground coming to infect you all.
Amber is also where you get dinosaur DNA from.
Amber was also my first dog's name.
It was.
Fun facts for everybody.
There's also lots of amber in Tears of the Kingdom, which is all we've played the last 4 days.
And that's what you get in chests.
A lot of.
So I wrote this piece up a while ago, and then you edited it. And
slightly.
It's been about 2 weeks since I think I finished this game like 3 weeks ago.
You finally typed the thing up like the week later, and then we just have not had time with life. And then Tears of the Kingdom, which I plan on playing the moment we're done recording this.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned we're playing Burning Shores. I didn't finish it.
No, we did not finish that before Zelda.
I started a new position at my job. We don't need to go into that too much, but that's taken up a long...
Schedule has changed, so we're adjusting to that, changing sitters and all that fun stuff.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I did 2 dungeons in Minish Cap, I think, total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did that too.
Yeah.
We've been zombies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like in this game, but less amber.
Less parasitic.
Yes, but no, there's still a lot of amber because you keep finding it.
I do in Tears of the Kingdom.
The chests
that is not a spoiler.
Been mostly disappointing so far. I'm hoping it changes.
This is not the podcast where we give our first thoughts. That will be either recorded right after this or tomorrow, hopefully, and probably posted before this one.
That is how it goes, isn't it?
Yes.
Quick synopsis, and I will also drop right now. I never played the original Resident Evil 4. I played the original Resident Evil 2, 3 originals, and the remakes. I never played 4, but I did play the remake. And then I've played 5, and then I've played some variation 7 and 8, obviously, because I did podcast on 8 on here. I don't think we did 7.
No, we didn't do 7, but I remember you playing 7. I saw the beginning and the end.
Synopsis.
Yes, Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yes, after narrowly escaping Raccoon City, Leon S. Kennedy now reports to the President of the United States as part of a special anti-bioterrorism unit. Leon's current mission is to rescue the President's daughter, Ashley, from an undisclosed location in Spain. Leon must fight through a new horde of zombies infected with a parasite known as Las Plagas while escorting the President's daughter to safety. And that sums it up.
That is the plot, yes.
Resident Evil 4 Remake was released on March 24th, 2023 on PlayStation, Xbox, and had PlayStation VR 2 support. We played it on the PS5. My comment in here was, don't lose your head over the reviews, Wifey S. Kennedy. And the other thing I'd like to mention is this is one of the first games I played and beat within like a 2-week span in a long time.
Yes.
So I beat it fairly quick, but it just took forever to do everything else with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go into the specifics.
All right, what are our reviews?
So the PS5 Metacritic has a 93 from critics and a 6.7 from users.
Ooh, that's harsh.
It is a little bit review bombing due to the microtransactions that were patched in after launch.
There were microtransactions?
Yeah, we completely missed those, but yes, apparently that is like
there was a store where you could buy. I saw some of that. Okay,
and we just didn't pay attention.
Do we know what this user for was before it or no? Okay,
no.
I have a feeling my guess it was probably an 8 or an 8.5 before.
Yeah, mid 80s. Yeah.
Yep.
So, IGN positive. This Resident Evil 4 remake plays like a 2023 game. Luxuries like simultaneous twin-stick movement and targeting means that you can cautiously back away while still keeping your gun trained on the advancing hordes, or sidestep out of the way of an incoming crossbow bolt without having to remove your eye from the scope of your rifle. This newfound freedom of movement makes you better equipped to really make the most of the immensely satisfying area-specific damage effects, blowing kneecaps out to expose an enemy to a melee finisher, blasting sticks of dynamite held in the hands of attackers before they have a chance to throw them, or simply reveling in some of the grisliest headshots in the history of video game shotguns.
They are pretty gruesome. Like,
Yes.
It's not just the head, like part of the shoulder gets torn off a lot of the time.
It is very bloody. I mean, it's a Resident Evil game.
Yeah,
so
but like
it's
chopped in half. Oh yeah.
And the melee, the roundhouse kicks to the head. I think I chuckled every single time that you finished someone with a roundhouse.
I think my favorite was the suplex.
Yes, that one I only saw that like 4 or 5 times. That was not enough.
I think you missed one time when I was playing because I suplexed and their head exploded when I did that.
I did miss that. I don't remember that.
I think that's happened once. I could be wrong, everybody. That may not have happened, but in my memory,
In
it
a
did.
dream I had one day.
Yes. So don't hold me to that one. But this sounds like something that would happen in the game. So now I think it happened, but I could be wrong.
We could just be making things up, which
I'll look up a video after, and if I'm right or wrong, either way, I'll own it. Either way,
that's fine. It was very hard to find like super negative ones, so I had to do some digging. So this one is from PC Gamer.
Was it on PC? And I didn't put that in there?
I thought you said PC.
I said PlayStation, Xbox, and PSVR 2
I don't know,
support.
but the website is PC Gamer.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
The website is
We
PC
played on
Gamer.
Xbox.
No, we didn't. We don't have an Xbox.
No, I'm saying that PC Gamer article.
Oh, they may have. I don't know.
I guess if it's not, and anyway, keep going.
What? It's
I'm
the name of the website.
I know. I'm on a tangent now. I'm pulling a Tom Winters here. Sorry, they're named PC Gamers, but I don't know if it came out on PC. Did it come out on PC?
Question?
I have a question.
The PC Gamer negative. I will just preface this with I agree with this wholeheartedly.
Okay. All right.
I suspect that for those who haven't played Resident Evil 4, the experience of this remake will be to discover a very good third-person shooter and wonder why everyone made such a fuss about it in the first place. And the sad fact is that, where the original game was pioneering and ended up defining a genre, this remake is trammeled by that legacy and bound by what Resident Evil 4's successors have done to the template. If the Resident Evil 4 remake was an original, standalone title, it would be a good game indeed, and anyone who plays this will have a fun time. But this is not a standalone game, it's a remake of one of the greatest games ever made, and when it comes to the crunch, it falls short. Where the original felt expansive, this feels cramped, and where the original went on breathless tangents and threw one idea after another at the player, this feels, in the second half especially, like it settles into a groove and isn't especially interested in breaking free of it.
Yeah,
that is the vibe that I got from this game.
I have thoughts on this game, and I will. When we get to the scoring part, I'll tell you. I'll get
it just
more
got
into-
very quiet in our house.
I had to think. I had to collect my thoughts on that one. So yeah, I mean that's not. It wasn't horribly a negative, but it wasn't incorrect either.
No, I thought it was a very fair assessment of like, it's a great game, but it's just Resident Evil 4.
It wasn't revolutionary to me because I've played the other shooters.
Yes.
So
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I do agree with that. If I had played 4 originally, I might have had fonder memories as well.
That was my
I
thought,
think I
too.
watched my buddy Eric play the game.
That's what you told me when we first started playing
At least
this.
I have memories of somebody playing Resident Evil 4, and I think it was Eric. He played a lot of the Resident Evils growing up. That's who I played him with.
Oh, okay.
At least 1 and 2. He's the one that showed them to me.
That sounds like Eric.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, as I said before, it's a third-person shooter, over-the-shoulder camera. You have various guns you can find, buy, and upgrade. There's grenades, fancy knife that you can actually upgrade in this one. Melee triggers to stab or access a random martial arts move like a suplex, the roundhouse kick,
to the
backflip
head.
kick.
Yeah, the backflip kick was also cool. Those were a lot of fun. I give them credit there.
It plays faster paced than the other Resident Evil games. I would say even than the newer ones, it plays faster paced.
What do you mean by that?
Enemies move quicker.
Okay,
There's larger groups of enemies than even 8 or 7 threw at you.
Because we had a discussion in like the first 2 hours of the game, and I think we mentioned this on a prior podcast, and whoever's driving outside is going to TJ's house because they're very loud. We had the discussion of just how drawn out the first like 2 hours of the game felt, because this is like, what we say, it's like a 16-hour game, whereas all like the first 3 Resident Evils are like 8 hours with replayability, whereas this one is so much more drawn out that it's like, okay, I'm just wandering through this village.
So I remember 5 being particularly long, but 7 and 8 aren't very long games.
But even 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 aren't. And 7 and 8 kind of returns closer to that, but they make them first person.
Yeah.
So you have that feel as well.
Okay, so you mean fast-paced by, like, enemies and droves of things coming at you. Got it.
Not overall pacing of the game.
Yes.
No, that was very slow. The action was faster paced.
Got it.
I have that basic. That's the gameplay in a nutshell. There's not much else. There's a shooting range where you can earn medals to earn little things to equip to your briefcase. It has the Tetrising in the game.
Yeah, tiles.
Yeah, Christy likes her tiles. That's why she liked Dread so much, because you get to tile. And
it's the only reason I got a 9.5. No, I'm just kidding. I just like the Tetrising of the case.
Yeah, so that's the Resident Evil standby, and that's a game in itself, figuring out what you can carry, what you need to use, what you can drop or sell, and it plays out. You kind of pick your favorite weapons and go at the end of it. I use the shotgun a lot. I use the pistol. Like I think I fully upgraded the pistol, the shotgun, the sniper rifle.
That sniper rifle was also legit once you got it upgraded
really,
a couple times.
Yeah, once you upgrade the headshots from a distance with the scope, it was really good.
So nice.
I had an automatic for a bit. I didn't like it that much, so I just kind of stuck with what I stuck with.
Mm-hmm. You seemed fine with it.
Yeah, it was okay. Everything was fun.
It was all right, I guess.
It was all right, I guess. So this game, there is an escort. Ashley has been this common trope for a long time as the annoying companion you have to watch over. I felt in this game it wasn't that bad.
She really wasn't that bad. I was expecting the worst with her. Like, not necessarily Princess Ruto from Ocarina of Time. I almost said Tears of the Kingdom. That's where my brain's at. Mm-hmm. Princess Ruto sucks. We've talked about
awful,
that. But no, Ashley, like, if she got captured, the guys moved away, like, slow enough that you had a decent amount of time to shoot them and get her back. And also video game logic where you could just shoot wildly, and even if you hit her, it hit them, and she was fine.
Yeah, or she just crouched down when she got hit.
Yes.
Kind of deal.
Yes.
Her lines weren't too repetitive except for some areas. She wasn't bad company, but she doesn't really do anything to help you, but it wasn't super hard to protect her. Now, mind you, I played the game on easy. I wanted to get through the story. I wanted to get a feel of the game. If it was an 8-hour game, I probably would have played it 4 times.
You would have at least played it a second time for sure.
Yeah, but since it was so long, I just played it once, and people say you don't really get the full feel of the game unless you play it multiple times. And I said, I'm not playing this 16-hour, 20-hour game twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean...
For me, I just can't do it.
The second time through would probably be closer to 10 hours, but still, that's a lot, because the replayability on the other ones, if they're an 8-hour game, the next playthrough is like, I don't know, 5 hours?
Oh,
it's
so
not
I went for record runs a lot
yeah.
of the time, so I got them under 2
yes.
a lot of the time.
Yeah, for those achievements.
Even the achievement run, like when I was going for them, I would beat the game in 3 hours sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then when you really go for the speed run, it's like under 2.
But there's a big difference between 3 hours and 10 hours, especially
1,000%.
when you're full-time working and have a toddler.
Yeah,
so.
Oh, yeah. And it's so much more fun, honestly, for me, when it is that short to try to speed through the game.
Right?
I like doing that kind of stuff where I'm rushing through, trying to see what I need to do and what I don't need to, what I can ignore to just blow through the game as fast as I can. And I got some really good times. I know we're close to the world records, but I got, when you're under an hour for Resident Evil 2, you're doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff.
Yes.
So, do you have any other thoughts on her?
No, there were 2 different actions you could take with her, which was basically like how close she would follow you depending on the situation.
I don't think I ever changed it.
I don't think you did either.
It didn't really matter too much.
No, again, you played on easy, so it's not like it was
you had to instruct
crazy.
her to like hold the door open for you sometimes and do other stuff, but it wasn't too much of a chore.
There were only a couple times where you really like lifted her up someplace, kind of like in The Last of Us kind of thing of like, lift Ellie here, she's gonna go drop this down. Like you only did that 3 times that I can remember off the top of my head with her. So like, she was fine. No complaints.
So this next section, in your review, it actually kind of summed up how I feel better than I wrote it.
Told you, I agree with PC Gamer.
But so I'm gonna read what I wrote and then adjust it closer to what they said. So I said I had a bit of a struggle with this game. I didn't dislike it, but I felt like a pretty game, good graphics with older gameplay. Now it didn't have the tank controls like the older games. Tank controls where you have to turn one way or another, or go forward or look up and down. You can't do them simultaneously.
Gotcha.
That's why they refer to them as tank controls. If you ever play one of the original Resident Evils, you turn and then you move.
Gotcha.
Turn and then you move.
Old school gaming, yes.
Yeah, and so that's what you call tank. There's no
I
looking up and
I watched
down.
my dad play Doom on our Windows 95
That one
computer.
you don't even look up and down.
No.
I don't even think the older ones you can't. You can technically aim the gun slightly up to try to get a headshot.
Yes, I do remember that.
I like the new one so much that when this game, it was so drawn out in terms of
Yes.
length of game
Yes.
that I didn't enjoy it as much. Like I was just saying, and so I wasn't as captivated
No, you
as
and
I
I
was in the other ones.
You and I were very bored. It was almost like that Horizon Forbidden West feel of like, okay, now we have to keep playing this. Like, again, it wasn't a bad game. It's still a good game, but it was just like, it feels like a chore.
There were segments that were a lot better than others too.
Yeah, once you got to the castle with the Mr. Kennedy, Spanish dude.
Yeah, the little guy.
The little guy. I can't even remember his name. It got a lot more interesting, like, once you made it through the original town area, like, the first 3 hours of the game.
Original Town was okay. The going around the church and the graveyard and doing the lake was interesting to me. I actually liked that part.
Okay.
The first part of the castle I didn't love. Later on, I thought it was a little better.
Yes.
And I liked the military stuff afterward at the end. The castle was the vast majority of the game.
Yes.
That was a good 5 to 8 hours of the game in itself.
It was gigantic.
So that was the biggest chunk. Mm-hmm. I've got nothing. It wasn't like the review said it best. It wasn't anything revolutionary. It was just a third-person shooter. And I'm sure if I had the nostalgia of Resident Evil 4 and saw all the differences, I would have gone, oh, this is really, really freaking good. But there's been a lot of improvements to third-person shooters since then.
Yes. So I pulled up a couple different lists of the, like, quote-unquote biggest changes between... I was going to mute it if something autoplayed, but then it freaked out our headphones. So
Oh, you're good.
the biggest changes compared to the original. So this Game Rant one has some good ones, and then I have an IGN one that has like 17 differences.
Okay.
So this one, first one is Luis and Leon's dynamic. Apparently, Luis is not in the original game as much as he is in this one.
They added, I heard they added more, and so they fleshed him out a little bit.
Yes, I liked him. He was a good addition. He also felt a little like shoehorned in initially.
Yeah, so I think his part was just to get you to the labs to cure yourself, but they added more stuff for him and more background with Ada Wong and Wesker on the line.
Yes, and then it follows up with Luis's death is different from the original. Ashley's AI.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better. I think you had to hold her hand at various points in the old one or something.
Yes. It doesn't say too much. The infamous water room. I don't know because we didn't play.
Is there a picture here?
That.
Oh yeah, okay, yep, that wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Oh, case options and charms.
Yes, and then
new.
the case options and charms was another big difference. Okay, so then IGN. Oh goodness, there's a lot of them. Okay, the combat knife parry and durability system is different.
I heard that. Knew that was new. You can deflect a chainsaw, everybody. It's super ridiculous.
That's amazing. Stealth and crouching.
Yeah, you got to stealth kill guys, which was fine.
No more QTEs.
Yeah, so that was a big thing back in the day, quick time events. Mm-hmm. They haven't aged super well. I think some people were a little hoping to have one or two in this game.
Okay.
But it was more of the quick block is kind of replaced the QTE.
Okay.
Your timing of things.
Gotcha. New lighting and ambience,
Yeah,
which
of course.
should go
Graphics.
because it's a friggin' remake.
Yeah, the graphics were incredible, guys. No complaints about how good the game looked.
Optional side quests, which would be those blue notes.
That was fun, actually.
that was-
I actually liked doing that. It was a little distraction sometimes.
Yeah, destroying the blue plates or whatever it was. Those were fun. The customizable cases.
Yep.
The changes to Ashley. Other important changes. You can bind weapons to quick swap by pressing the D-pad.
Yep.
Typewriter is not just a save point. It allows you to access your storage to move weapons into.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons have new values and stats. The mysterious ally Luis will assist you more often. Your conversation with Agent Hunnigan takes place in real time rather than a separate menu.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil 4 is now divided up into whole chapters instead of smaller parts.
Yep.
As there are no longer hard cuts and loading between major doors, gates, and the jet ski sequences, you'll be able to explore between areas at a much more natural pace.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Like, if we had played the original, those would be, like, really big deals.
Yeah. Yeah. The game is a little less sexist than it was originally back then, too.
Yes.
Just, if that's your jam, I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you that it's less like it was back in the...
in
early
regards
2000s.
to Ashley,
yeah, there were some ridiculous comments. If you listen to them now, you probably chuckle because it's so outdated kind of thing. It's gotten to the point where it's funny again in that kind of way,
Yeah, like, ooh.
Oh, yeah, gee, that kind of thing. But it is what it is. So, what did you give the game? What is your score? And then I'm going to give you my actual score and then my thought process going through this.
7.
Okay. I give the game an 8.
Okay.
I was a 6, and then I was a 9, and then I was a 4.
I was going to be a 6 halfway through.
And then
I was so done with
and
it.
then I was like, okay, this is rounding up really naturally. It felt really good after a while. Where they were complaining about the flow, I was just happy it settled into something after a while.
That's fair. Yeah, the back half of the game I actually didn't mind. That was where I got a little more interested in it, and it went up from like a 5.5 in my book to like a 7.
The story cohesively kind of came together, even though it's Resident Evil. It came together though.
It did.
It would make a good horror novel, I think, if you were reading it.
Yeah.
It played and read like a good horror novel should. And so that made me like it a lot more. But I was all over the place with this game because it just there's points where like I had Horizon syndrome where I didn't want to keep playing it.
I know. Poor Horizon. Poor Resident Evil 4 remake. Now, Burning Shores has been very good.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing the story.
Yes.
Oh, well, we'll finish that in like 2 months, 3 months.
Well,
maybe
yeah,
next
Zelda
year. Maybe
right
next
now,
year.
so that's, yeah.
Dude, there's so many games. Once you're done with
Diablo.
Zelda, there's Diablo and Jedi for me. So.
Oh, yeah.
And Jedi is so good that I'm going to play it.
I know.
Carl's playing it and he's making me jealous. He sends me funny pictures. That jerk.
This is a very short podcast on the Resident Evil 4 remake. But
I know.
Again, like we've said, you didn't play the original. I've never played any of them. I've watched you play them. And I have zero nostalgia for any of these games because I was a Nintendo baby. Mm-hmm. Hence how many times I have mentioned Zelda in this podcast about the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah, we will have a 10, 15-minute quick add-on podcast about Breath of the Wild. I'm going to request...
Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda, some dude somewhere.
The Revenge.
Zelda the Revenge. Anything like that, I'll request that we do that tomorrow.
Yes, we don't have to... I have to go find Hestu.
Oh, yes, you do. We are at Gaming Marriage or gamingmarriage@gmail.com. If there's games you would like us to try or play, we're playing Tears of the Kingdom, so no.
Yes,
but
don't no. But give us like 3 months.
Give us some feedback. Let us know if there are some indies that are quick that we could jump into for a second or two. That would be cool. We're always looking for quick little indies to play. Nintendo indies.
Nintendo indies.
Anything along those lines. We're happy to do it, but we're enjoying Tears of the Kingdom. I'm enjoying watching and being a backseat gamer. That is what I've been relegated to.
You knew that.
I know. It's really, really awful.
Well, you can plug it into our old Switch and...
Oh, gosh. And listen to the fan. No, thank you. No, I'm good. I'll stick with my Persona 5 at various lunch breaks.
Okay.
And in the evening for about 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, I'm enjoying watching you play.
Good.
Anyway, I don't not recommend Resident Evil 4, everybody. It's actually a decent game.
It's a good third-person shooter. We just don't have the nostalgia
if
for the
you
original.
have never played a third-person shooter before, you will be blown away if you play this game.
I'd be impressed if someone hadn't played a third.
I'm just saying, like, if you're like, I really would like to try one of them third-person shooters, this is a good jump-off point, good starting block.
Yeah.
Then you can get into other ones and go, oh, the new ones, the first person on the new ones is so good. Why am I doing this? All right, everybody, that's all we got.
All right, bye.